It's Dr. John Hamilton here with ProfessU.com. I'm sitting here with the legendary producer, Bink. And we know he hails from Virginia, but his music is worldwide. And he's right here now with us in Los Angeles. Bink, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, man.
Good, man. So what you doing out here in LA? Sunny Cal, because it's over 100 today.
I mean, I had a couple things I was doing out here, but right now I'm out here working with Dr. Dre. But this record store that got me in right now, and I already picked one record.
Man, we're here right now in Soundstation here in Westchester, California, and the music here is off the chain. I've been coming here since I was about 20 years old, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, but believe me, they got all the good hits.
So fast forward to me, how many years is that? Fast forward.
Oh, damn, they're going to figure it out, huh? All right. But anyway, yeah, they got all the records, they got vinyl, they got the CDs, they got everything you can imagine, even DVDs. So if you're ever in the area, come check us out. Right now, Bink is going through some of the things he's probably going to remix and lay it down for somebody. Bink, do you have anything, any beat that you just holding for that one person that you know that this beat belongs to this person? It's in the vault and you're not letting nobody touch it.
Yep. Jump with Dre 3000.
Say that again?
Dre 3000.
Dre 3000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's the only type of person you put stuff in the vote for.
Okay. All right. How long you been holding that for him?
I mean, it changes every so often until that vote should be getting stacking up because I still haven't gotten to him yet.
Okay. What got you in the music game?
It's almost like I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
You know, so my whole family come from the gospel, the gospel scene, so real popular family chamber singers in Norfolk, Virginia, so they're real popular in that area. So my mom had me playing drums in church since I was like 8. I was 8 to like 14. And I evolved into DJing from there, of course, natural. And then from DJing, I started producing.
Okay. What was this always? You know, we interviewed David Banner. He said that, you know, music for him was just playing A, B, and C. So was it the same for you? It was all or nothing.
You mean by, oh yeah, absolutely. Failure was not an option.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was not because I knew college wasn't me.
Okay. All right. If you decide, I know I read an interview and your mom, I know she got her master's in social work, right?
Right.
And I know she wanted you to go to college to have something to fall back on. If you had went to college, what college would you have gone to and what would have been your major?
You know what? I probably would try to have gone to somewhere like Virginia State, something like that, or Iowa, you know, somewhere where it was cracking off at. But them dorm parties was like that.
Right.
That's where I was going.
Right. Well, you know, I Dr. John Sproul, he's from Hampton University, and so I know he's getting ready for the homecoming coming soon. What would have been your major if you went there to Virginia State? Mass
communication, like everybody else. Political science.
I see you thumbing through some of the albums. Which one really gets you?
Billy Preston right now. Billy Preston. I just like anybody with nice horns, guitars, stuff like that. So I'm really drawn to that a lot. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So I can say you like the Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they got an awesome sound.
Yeah, but see, Earth, Wind and Fire has a different kind of vibe. Like that's like, to me, they were the first Outcasts.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they just did them. There wasn't any format or structure to it. Whatever they felt, they put it out. But dudes like Billy Preston and Billy Paul, that's Billy Paul, right? Like, just their funk, Willie Hutch, just their type of funk was just just different. Then with the big horn and string section on top of it, just like.
So if you had to put something out right now, because we over here in the soul, R&B, and funk section, and I'm seeing Willie Hutch down here. I'm seeing Rick James, seeing Jeffrey Osborne. Man, they got Quick in the soul and R&B funk section.
Shout out to Quick. He been mixing my boys' records recently.
Quick got a new album coming out. What is it? Midnight to Life or The Midnight Life? Shout out to Quick.
I'm a huge Quick fan.
Shout out to Quick. What would you see here? What would you think you can mix and put down for us if you had to? It's like, ProfessU is about to come out with a mixtape. We're gonna give them a beat. What would you use for it?
I'll probably go Willie.
You go with Willie?
I'm gonna go with Willie.
Now, my favorite Willie Hutch is I Choose You, you know, from
soundtrack.
Yeah, from the soundtrack.
Right.
That's my favorite.
Absolutely. I used, I sampled, I think it was a Mama's Love theme, I think, for A. Marie.
Oh, okay.
Paint Me Over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I definitely used Sir Willie before.
Now, without putting anybody out there, who has done your beats justice? Because I know you work with John Legend, Jamie Foxx, Rick Ross, Nipsey Hussle here from Los Angeles. Who else? You know, who has just you like? Man, they tore that beat up. They did a magnificent job on that.
I mean, you know, me and the homie Freeway, we have a nice, you know, vibe together too. So, of course, Hov.
Okay.
Hov always kill it.
Mm-hmm.
As of recently, I like Nip a lot.
Okay.
So I've been dealing with Nip a little. I hang with them out here in Inglewood.
Okay.
1500 nothing. Shout out to 1500 nothing all that.
Okay. Cool. Now, what's so special about Nipsey Hussle? His sound right now.
I mean, Nipsey is just like he's just your eyes to the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He talks about what it is, but it's not what you call gimmicky. It's not like he's talking about, you know, selling dope 100 times.
Right. Okay.
You know, chopping up, cooking up dope.
Right.
For 20 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
No, he ain't doing that.
Okay. All right. Well, switching gears, we heard of, you know, the Eric Gardner situation, the Ezel Ford and Michael Brown situation. You know, all these black men, their lives been taken. You know, that's been in the forefront. But maybe last, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months right now. We've really been talking about it. What's your take on that? What's been going on in Ferguson and things of that nature?
Oh man, like, to me, like, it has nothing to do with color in that situation. Mm-hmm. It's all about right and wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just common sense.
Right.
I didn't tell you if they were black, if they were white. Mm-hmm. I didn't give you any gender, anything. It still should be, that was crazy. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to know all the details and still have people try to argue theory and laws is just mind-blowing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not too much to investigate, but then again, you know, Rodney King was in HD, and we still had to prove that.
We sure did.
So, I don't expect any positive outcome from this, like any other thing that's been going on. There's not a lot of people out right now that raps about anything that sticks to your ribs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just really like, it's called timeline rappers, I call them. They just come in and talk about what's the shit right now.
Right.
And then they out.
I like that. I like that timeline raps. Yeah, I like that. Right.
So it's like there's no substance to it.
And then, you know, for us, you know, Dr. Sproul and I, we kind of really, that's what we kind of look. We try to go out there and examine and pull out all those things with hip hop or pop culture that has something of substance.
Right.
And so, because we haven't really been seeing a lot of that, and our youth haven't seen it. Our youth, they see a lot of the booty shaking and, you know, dropping it like it's hot, but they don't get to see the substance. So, will we ever see that again? I remember Pharrell at maybe 2 years ago at the BET Experience saying that, you know, the lifespan of music sometimes has this, I don't know, he said about 5 years. It comes back around 5 years. Like when he was hot 5 years ago, and like he was missing from the scene, but now he's back.
Usually the same genre of music will come back every 20. You know what I'm saying? You'll see a resurgence. So like all of a sudden, you know, everybody started doing 90s music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like out of nowhere, but before that, they sampled a bunch of 80s records. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know, something's just weird. I just think some other universe.
But we haven't even seen conscious rap come back around. We've seen pockets of like a Talib or maybe a Common. We just seen pockets when it was hitting us hard with the PE, with the X Plan, with the KRS-One.
You know the whole math behind that too, as well. So that's not by accident.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff has been, you know, put in the rinse to keep us in a certain mindset. You know what I'm saying? To keep our kids in a certain mindset. So that's why all you hear about is this one over here. He getting all the press about because he talking about shooting, selling dope, Menage a Trois, Molly, Ecstasy. That's all he talk about. You know what I'm saying? So that's all the kids know.
Right.
So that becomes your norm. You know what I'm saying? So now that's the norm. Then you come in talking about, yo, make sure you pay your tithes. And, you know, they're like, man, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here.
But how can someone like, maybe like a Lecrae have success, and he's been dubbed the Christian rapper, but he's able to walk in and out of different doors. You know, we saw him, you know, able to, you know, converse and speak with Rick Ross, or, you know, he's able to do these multiple things. Why is he accepted and the other ones are not?
I mean, this is the first time that I heard a gospel project that didn't sound like it sonically. You know, it sounded like, you know, Drake or anybody else. It was a really good production on that album that Lecrae has, but he still hasn't gotten over the hump either. But he has like a cult, like a little cult thing that's starting to grow. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if something positive will ever be in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? I wish it would. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see it. Okay. Because it seems like they don't push that type of agenda. Right. You know. Right. It's always the ignorance and just straight, you know, just drugs and women and sex, and that's what it's always about. Right.
Okay. So what's next for you? What's next for Bink? If we talk about today to the next 10 years, what do you hope to accomplish in your music realm?
Well, I'm moving more into film, like scoring. I just took on my first project with a company out here in LA doing a 100-year Centurion Black History documentary that I'm scoring for. So shout out to Andre Johnson and Ty Zedney from Basketball Player, their partners, their whole company. But I always wanted to do scoring. You know what I'm saying? That whole backdrop for a movie, like, especially when Dre did All About the Benjamins. It was like, wow, okay, finally you hear like some kind of like hip hop beats, instead of just orchestra, strings. You know what I'm saying? You hear some hip stuff in the back. So that kind of like opened the door, I think, for a lot of guys, such as myself. And now that these directors are getting younger, they have more of an open mind to go there as well. Rather than your Oliver Stones and you know what I'm saying, your Scorsese's, like, you know, they're from older schools that may not be into that, but it's just good to hear that. So that's what my intentions are, to get more into movies and commercials.
That sounds good. While we're here, I know what section, we're still in Soundstation, what section would you prefer to pull your music from? To sample, or we got the soul, R&B, funk, we got the hip hop, rap over here to my left.
I mean, let's just keep it funky about it. It's when they come to record shopping, you either come in looking for something in particular, or you just digging. So if you're just digging, you really just going by what the album cover look like. That's how people. I mean, that's how most all of us. Not unless you already have some type of knowledge of the group, and you just digging for that group. But other than that, it's so many groups that come through this music game that you never heard of before. And you're like, well, how do I know something's up here? So you just looking and seeing, like, okay, I see they got a horn section up here, guitars. You know, but so I know they probably funky. You know what I'm saying? Just because of what you see on the aux, you got percussion. You know what I'm saying? You see the, I think it's B3 on the joint and all that. So you know it's a certain type of sound when you see that. But, you know, sometimes it's deceiving. Sometimes it just be an album with just an egg on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A brown album with an egg on it with the illest stuff on it. And, you know, or soundtracks like this. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with the composer on the back, like you see something that's produced by Barry White, you already know. Let me get that. Barry White, you know what I'm saying? Isaac Hayes, or you gotta be familiar with the composer to a certain degree. To know you can trust it's gonna be at least something up here. You know?
Well, good. Well, that's it for ProfessU. You know, we're gonna appreciate you being a friend of ProfessU, man. You be hitting us up on social media. You know, and you know, whenever you're in town, you allow us to sit down and rap to you and know what's going on in your life. So we appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, my man. Bink in the house. This is ProfessU.com. Dr. John Hamilton. We out.